And Urban loves his wide receivers that can block. He's mentioned in the previous few games in the postgame, Terry McLaurin, he loves him because he can block. He's out there blocking. He mentioned KJ Hill being one of the smarter receivers that he's been around in recent years because he understands spacing. So he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he knows where the soft spot in the zone is going to be, where to collapse, where to sit down, catch the football. So this is the group that people are waiting for. This is the group with the target on its back, meaning the wide receivers, the playmakers, Paris Campbell, and the guys that we mentioned as being the guys, aside from the quarterbacks, that people are waiting to see. So,
and I'll say one last thing about receivers from your previous comment, and it'll lead into possibly Rutgers, is watching CJ Saunders was incredible. And I know a lot of people in the media have been talking about him this week, and Urban just said, hey, he's just not big enough. He does not have the size. He's not strong enough. So CJ's 5'10", but he does not look like he's a $140. He's a smaller guy, and he knows what he's from where I'm from here in Dublin, Ohio. It's difficult knowing that he's that dynamic and he can get that open and he's that fast and he's got great hands and he's running these great routes and he's connecting. However, we watched, he's just not big enough to block yet. And it obviously is very, very important to Urban Meyer. But this Rutgers defense is going to have their hands full trying to plan for all those receivers.
So we're going to give CJ Saunders a little bit more time. And this is a guy that, based on work ethic, deserves it, but based on whether he's going to play against the good teams in the crucial times, he doesn't deserve this. But I thought that was an interesting commentary that Urban Meyer was making about CJ Saunders as well, because he made it a point that this isn't, from a skill standpoint, is not a practice squad player, just a scout team type player. He will be on the field if he can get strong enough. He's that good. And Urban Meyer's like, I'm rooting for the kid to get strong enough to where I can put him on the field against. And he just said, basically, meaningful competition at meaningful times. Right now, he's only going to play when it doesn't really matter. But I want to get him on the field. And then
I do too.
It's the name Dontre Wilson slipped out of his mouth, because he basically said, you're basically telling the defense in certain situations, we have to throw that guy the ball because he can't block or do anything else for us. So we can't have him on the field because he's just too much of a liability.
Yep, he's definitely a tell. And you can tell that he is working. Urban mentioned that he's working with Coach Mick to put some size on him, and he's been working really hard to go ahead and do that. But it can only happen so fast when you're a college athlete. So hopefully they'll be able to get him in there very soon.